Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm Rick Carfagna, and I am Government Relations Manager for Time Warner Cable here in Columbus. On behalf of my company, I'd like to thank the City of Columbus, the Marion Franklin Recreation Center, and especially our Mayor, Michael Coleman, for allowing us to be here today to experience firsthand the Capital Kids program. It's also my honor. That's great. Thank you. It's also my honor to introduce to all of you some very wonderful guests that we have here today from C-SPAN, who are going to be sharing a very special announcement about some of the plans that they have that's already underway here in our city. It's very fitting that we're here at Marion Franklin today. I was just thinking about where we're surrounded. If you look, we have the community gardens outside. We're surrounded by all of the city's youth here today. And everywhere you look is growth and its potential. And just like Mayor Coleman in the City of Columbus, Time Warner Cable also shares a vision of innovation and of bringing people together through new technologies. I'd be remiss if I didn't point out the recent announcement that Columbus is ranked the 8th best city for tech jobs in the entire country. And that's a distinction that our more than 2,200 employees right here in Columbus can take pride in. And we're grateful to the City of Columbus for working with us over the years to expand our presence here. Earlier this year, I was fortunate to attend the Mayor's State of the City address at the historic Ohio Theater. And there were some key quotes that I'm going to borrow from the Mayor that he made that evening that I think fit quite nicely into what C-SPAN has in store here. And in that speech, Mayor Coleman remarked that in this, our bicentennial year, we will celebrate our past, show pride today, and use this year as our launching pad to the greatness of our future. And then later on, the Mayor also touched upon that great theme of swagger by saying, these past 2 centuries have brought us a sense of swagger that will catapult us into a new paradigm. Swagger is a confidence to do what is necessary to achieve, a belief in yourself and a belief in your city. And that swagger is evident in our people, our neighborhoods, and our history. Now, a few months ago, our partners at C-SPAN approached us at Time Warner Cable with a wonderful opportunity that's not only going to capitalize on the city's ongoing bicentennial celebration, but it will also provide a platform to take that swagger nationwide. And here to provide some more details, please join me in welcoming Adrienne Hoare. She's a video journalist with C-SPAN from Washington, D.C.
Hi. Oh, can y'all see me? I'm a little shorter here than Rick is. But a big thanks from C-SPAN for welcoming us to your city. We've been enjoying the Columbus's swagger, I guess we can say. But first, before I start, a couple people that I would like to recognize as part of our crew. There's 3 video journalists in town who are doing exactly what I'm doing. In the back is Tiffany Rock. She's right in the middle. And then over here is Jenny Marlin, and all 3 of us are in town this weekend. We're hosted by Time Warner Cable, and big thanks to our partners with Time Warner Cable, Rick Carfagna and Allison Barrett, as well as Megan Lashutka, have been a huge help in bringing us in, as well as some really helpful folks with the Mayor's office, Ty Harden, who's standing back here, and of course Michael Coleman. Mayor Coleman, thank you so much for welcoming C-SPAN here into Columbus in your wonderful city. So what are we doing here? I don't know if when y'all came in you may have seen our funny little vehicles, but we drive those vehicles around the country, and we visit cities across the U.S. and we like to tell the story of that city, how it started, where it's been, and where it's headed. While we're in town here in Columbus, we'll be here for the full week, and we're shooting between 15 and 20 videos. And the videos we shoot are history videos. They're history related, and they're also about the literary culture here in Columbus. And so All of our programs that we air or that we put together will air on C-SPAN 2, which is Book TV. It's 48 hours of book programming every weekend, and then all the history programs that we shoot will air on C-SPAN 3, which is American History Television, and those will all air as part of a Columbus weekend, the first weekend in September. A couple of the things that we are doing here in town, and these are some of the locations that were suggested to us by the folks at Time Warner Cable and from the mayor's office. For the Book TV programming, we're going to be going to, actually yesterday we were at the Thurber House. We took a tour of the house and then talked about James Thurber and his role as an author and a cartoonist. And then we're also at the OSU Rare Book Collection, and we took a look at some books that were created or were put together in about the 1300s, so way older than any of us here. And we'll also be interviewing, like I said, some nonfiction authors. So Randolph Roth is a author locally, and he wrote a book called American Homicide, which is all about why Americans kill. So not always pleasant topics that we deal with, but they're all associated with Ohio. And then for the pieces that I'll be shooting as part of American History Television, we'll take a tour of the State House, and that's on Thursday. We'll talk about some of the ties to some of the presidents who came from your great state, and we'll also be visiting the Kelton House to talk about Ohio's role as a safe haven in the Underground Railroad. And we'll also be visiting tomorrow the Columbus Historical Society to talk about the city's bicentennial. So y'all are celebrating your 200th anniversary, and we're thrilled that we can be a part of that celebration to talk about some of the great things that are being done here in the city to help it grow, and so we'll be telling that story. Like I said, all of the pieces will be airing the first weekend in September. It's a Saturday and Sunday, and you'll be able, once those pieces air, they'll be available on YouTube, as well as they'll be available on C-SPAN's video library. So you can, if you can't catch them on the television, you can also stream them online. Again, a huge thanks to you, and we're thrilled to be able to be here at the Recreational Center to learn a little bit more about the Capital Kids program. What a group program that y'all have put together, and here to tell us a little bit more about that is Sherry Lynn Wynn. Sherry Lynn, come on up.
Good morning, and thanks to Adrian. First of all, welcome to Marion Franklin Recreation Center. On behalf of the senior leadership, Director McKnight of the Recreation and Parks Department, and also Anthony Dawkins here at this site, we welcome you, and we're glad that you saw something in us to come and visit us. I want to also acknowledge the Capital Kids staff that is here with us, that works so diligently with these young people, and also our partners, and I'll talk about them in just a minute. But the Capital Kids program is an after-school program that was developed by our own mayor, Michael B. Coleman, in the year 2000. Since that time, we have had over 2,000 young people come through this program. After school is very important. What it does is during the gap hours between 3 and 6 p.m. when children are out of school, it bridges that gap. And our program provides 6 components to healthy learning. We provide nutritious snacks. You have to be able to feed the body in order to feed the mind. We also provide prevention. We teach kids about bullying and don't smoke and all those things, don't do drugs. We also have a component where we help the kids with their homework every evening. We do tons of field trips to so many wonderful places. We also have parental involvement. That's the key component, because we do for the children, but the children then take that knowledge home and help their parents. So on behalf of the Capital Kids program here at Marion Franklin, I thank you for being here. It does take a village to raise a child, and we operate on that motto. And with that in mind, we have several partners that help us out. We have a community garden effort. We have a combat against childhood obesity right now. It's really, really a hot topic with young people. So we have a garden. We develop community gardens. We also have fitness. We have our partners from the Cap City Half Marathon, Dave Babner and Brent Lalonde here with us today. We have our community gardener, our garden advisor, Simone Bennett, and they work along with the staff, Charlene Anderson, Tony Johnson, and Felisa Provo, and also our new staff, Mike, to help develop these children into great people. So with that in mind, I want to take this moment and tell you that after this program, we're going to have a little meet and greet in our garden, and guess what you're going to have? You're going to reap the benefits of our garden. We have smoothies for you that were made from blueberries that were grown in our garden and other fruit. So we're real excited about that, but before we get to all that, I want to introduce one of the greatest mayors in the United States of America, and that would be Mayor Michael B. Coleman.
Thank you very much, Sherry Lynn, and I'm so excited about C-SPAN coming to Columbus. Now, C-SPAN doesn't mean Columbus span, the C in C-SPAN, but it might over the next few days. So when you see C-SPAN, think Columbus, because they're here to highlight our celebration, our 200th year anniversary, and to talk about the city and our literary greatness and the greatness of our city. And we're grateful for them and being here to our city. So thank you so much for being here, and Time Warner for stepping up as well. And my Capital kids, you are terrific. You're absolutely terrific. You know, I founded the Capital Kids a long time ago now, year 2000. And the reason we started Capital Kids, our after-school effort, because I believe that education doesn't end when the school bell rings. Education continues after the school bell rings. And so it's important that during the summer months and after school, that kids stay occupied and engaged and grow. We feed them, we teach them, and we love them. And that's why this program has been phenomenally successful over the past many years. And this is our what? Our bicentennial birthday. This is our anniversary. In fact, the city of Columbus was born on February 14th, the year 1812, in Franklinton, by the state legislature. They named the city as the state capital in 1812. And there was a big, huge battle about which city would be the center of the state, the center of government, commerce, and all the other things we've become. Civics, arts, and culture in the state of Ohio. And they thought about Chillicothe. They thought about Reynoldsburg. They thought about Zanesville. In fact, the capital moved a couple of times before the obvious occurred. Columbus, the center of the state, the strongest city of the state, the only city in the state of Ohio that has grown by phenomenal numbers over the past many years. We're a city that is ranked as one of the next big boom towns in the country, a top city for college graduates, been ranked as that. How about that? A top city for tourists, a top city in the country, one of the top cities in the entire country for kids and families because of you guys and programs like the Capital Kids. It's been ranked as the best city for economic growth in the entire Midwest and among the smartest cities in the entire world. In the entire world. How about that? And that's a ranking. And as was said earlier, we've just recently been ranked as the 8th best city for technology in the country. And we're working to be number 1. We're working on that. And so in celebrating our 200th year birthday, our anniversary, we've been having all kinds of activities in neighborhoods all over the city, in our downtown. In fact, we had an event right here at Marion Franklin, and some of you were here. We had about 1,000 people here celebrating our city's anniversary. It's a time that we look to the past and be proud of where we came from. And we acknowledge that in the present, but we use this year as our launching pad for the future to ensure that we shape our city and become the very best city to live, work, and raise a family. And C-SPAN will be here to look at our city and to explore our city and to talk about our city. It'll be at the historic Kelton House, where we operated the first underground railroad in our state, where escaped slaves would come through Columbus. And then they'd visit the Columbus Historical Society. I think somebody's here from the Columbus Historical Society to learn more about the bicentennial and what it means for the city. This is a proud moment for our city. In fact, I suggest that our city is on the verge of a renaissance. There is no stronger city in the Midwest. There is no other city in the Midwest that is growing like we are. And the reason we're growing so fast is because people move here. We're the city of opportunity, the land of opportunity, where there is no glass ceiling in our city. And you come to Columbus, you can grow, you can prosper, and you can be part of the greatness of our community. So again, thank you very much, C-SPAN, and look forward to, in September, to see all the wonderful things highlighted about the city of Columbus. Thank you very much, and have a good time. Show them the cabbage. Show them the cabbage, guys.
Right here. Some cabbage. Watch out, Taylor. Some cabbage. No, I want me on TV.
Don't step on the flower.